Welcome back to the Blues Report, the home of Chelsea news, deep analysis, and the latest updates straight from Cobham. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe, because today we have massive news that will excite every Chelsea supporter. 3 of Europe's brightest young stars are officially back. Yes, Cole Palmer, João Pedro, and Alejandro Garnacho have all returned to full team training. The atmosphere around the training ground today was electric, full of energy, full of confidence, and full of belief that the squad is about to enter a stronger phase. After weeks of uncertainty, individual rehabilitation sessions, and carefully controlled workloads, the trio stepped back onto the pitch with the rest of their teammates. This was more than just players recovering. It was a moment that symbolized the rebuilding of confidence, the restoration of tactical options, and a major boost ahead of the upcoming fixtures. Coaches felt it, teammates felt it, and even supporters felt it the moment photos surfaced online. The squad suddenly looked complete again. Cole Palmer, the magician, returned with unfinished business. The club's creative engine looked sharp from the very first drill. His one-touch passing in rondos, his gliding movement between the lines, and his trademark curled finishes into the far corner reminded everyone why his absence was such a blow. Palmer dictates tempo, unlocks tight defenses, and brings calmness in crucial moments, qualities Chelsea have missed dearly. His return instantly restores rhythm and creativity in the final third. João Pedro's comeback brought energy, explosiveness, and relentless determination. In pressing drills, he led the line with full intensity, shouting instructions and setting the pace for the entire session. His acceleration, agility, and ability to drop deep or drift wide added unpredictability back into Chelsea's attack. Pedro's intelligence, knowing where to position himself and how to create space, gives the manager multiple tactical possibilities. His link-up play with Palmer and his movement around Garnacho stood out throughout training. Alejandro Garnacho returned with pure attacking ambition and hunger. From the warm-up to the final scrimmage, he looked explosive, fearless, and sharp. In one-on-one drills, he tormented defenders with quick shifts, rapid acceleration, and dangerous crosses. His finishing was equally impressive, mixing powerful drives with curling shots into the top corner. The moment he dribbled past 2 defenders and chipped the goalkeeper, the entire training group applauded. With his pace, width, and directness, he instantly gives the team a more dangerous left side. The manager praised their professionalism, the hard work of the medical staff, and the energy the trio injected into the squad. He told the team that when players like Palmer, Pedro, and Garnacho return at the same time, the level naturally rises and standards increase. Workloads will be monitored, but based on today's performance, all 3 are in contention for the next match. Their teammates couldn't hide their excitement either. Laughter returned in warm-ups, defenders pushed themselves harder, midfielders enjoyed having more movement ahead of them, and goalkeepers were constantly tested by high-quality finishing. Tactically, their return opens up a new wave of possibilities. The manager can set up a fluid front 3 with Palmer drifting centrally, Garnacho wide left, and Pedro acting as a false 9. He can employ 4-2-3-1, with Palmer as the number 10, Pedro up front, and Garnacho attacking from wide channels. Or he can install a high-pressing system where Pedro leads the press, Garnacho traps defenders near the touchline, and Palmer triggers fast transitions. This flexibility is priceless during a busy run of fixtures. The timing of their comeback couldn't be better. A tough period of games is approaching, and Chelsea needs creativity, pace, and depth. With these 3 fully back, expectations rise. More goals, quicker transitions, better link-up play, higher intensity, stronger rotations, and renewed competition inside the squad. Supporters are already buzzing, convinced that this return could be the turning point the team has been waiting for. In conclusion, the squad finally feels whole again. Palmer brings creativity, Pedro brings movement and pressing, and Garnacho brings width and explosiveness. Their return doesn't just add talent, it adds personality, ambition, and youthful hunger. Training sessions have stepped up, morale is higher, and the sense of a resurgence is growing stronger each day. The Blues look ready to push forward with renewed power, and this could be the moment that shifts the entire season. Today we have some massive, shocking, and truly chaotic Chelsea transfer updates, the kind of rumours that make every fan sit up, take a deep breath, and ask the big question: what exactly are Chelsea planning for the next transfer window? The stories circulating right now include superstar names, rising wonder kids, and even former Chelsea players making headlines again. Let's break down everything in long, detailed paragraphs with analysis, questions, and opinions every fan should be thinking about. Chelsea fans, one of the biggest stories today is the unbelievable rumour that Christian Pulisic could be open to a shock move to Manchester United. Yes, you read that correctly. Pulisic, the former Blue who showed flashes of brilliance at Stamford Bridge but never found the consistency or the ideal system, is now being linked with a switch to Old Trafford. This naturally raises questions. Should Chelsea regret letting him go? He's been performing with more maturity and sharper attacking instincts recently, so you have to wonder whether a more stable Chelsea could have brought the best out of him. But the bigger question is this: how would Chelsea fans react to seeing a former fan favourite join one of the club's biggest rivals? Transfers like these always open emotional debates, and this one is no different. Meanwhile, the biggest financial story is the €150 million two-way battle for Julian Alvarez. Reports suggest that Chelsea and another top European giant are preparing to go all in for the Manchester City star. This is possibly the kind of deal that transforms an entire club project. Alvarez is flexible, incredibly hard-working, dangerous in tight spaces, and can play multiple attacking roles. But here comes the analysis. Is Alvarez the missing piece Chelsea have been searching for? We've seen many attacking experiments in recent seasons, some successful, many not. But someone with his profile could completely change how Chelsea build up play. Yet, €150 million is massive. So fans must ask, should Chelsea prioritise a world-class striker like Alvarez, or focus on balancing the midfield and defence first? This is one of the biggest dilemmas in the rumour mill right now. Also grabbing headlines are the constant whispers around Lamine Yamal, the Barcelona wonder kid considered by many to be the next global superstar. While Chelsea are unlikely to land him right now, the fact that his name is even mentioned in connection to the Blues shows how ambitious the scouting and recruitment department is becoming. Yamal is fearless, unbelievably skillful, and already performing at a top level despite being so young. The real question here is not whether Chelsea can sign him, because realistically it's nearly impossible, but whether the club should continue targeting generational talents like him. Is Chelsea building a squad of future Ballon d'Or contenders? Or is this just one of those dreamy links that excite fans without real substance? Either way, just seeing Chelsea associated with names like Yamal tells you the direction of the club's vision. Another name resurfacing in the rumour mill is Arda Güler, the Real Madrid starboy whose talent is unquestionable, but whose minutes are limited due to a stacked midfield. Chelsea monitoring him makes sense. This is a player who brings creativity, technique, and pure football intelligence. But is Chelsea's midfield currently the right environment for him to flourish? Could he be the type of young playmaker who transforms Chelsea's attacking fluidity? These are big questions, because signing wonder kids is exciting, but integrating them successfully is the real challenge. Could Güler be the next big creative force at Stamford Bridge, or would he struggle with the physicality and pace of the Premier League? Chelsea will need to consider this carefully. Then there's Marc Guéhi, a name that always sparks frustration for Chelsea fans. A Cobham graduate who was allowed to leave too early, Guéhi has developed into one of the most reliable defenders in the Premier League. Now that big clubs are circling him, Chelsea fans can't help but wonder whether the club should act quickly and bring him back. He's young, strong, composed, and already trusted at international level. A Guéhi return could strengthen the defence for years to come. But here's the debate. Would Chelsea actually prioritise Guéhi, or continue focusing on foreign defensive talents? Sometimes the best solution is the one you already created, and Chelsea may need to revisit this mistake. We can't discuss Chelsea transfers without mentioning Victor Osimhen, the striker who has been linked with the Blues for nearly 2 years. The Napoli superstar remains a dream signing for many supporters. His pace, aggression, and killer mentality would instantly elevate the front line. But again, questions arise. Does Chelsea currently create enough chances for a striker like Osimhen to shine? Or would he become another victim of the club's ongoing creative struggles? These are valid concerns, but no one can deny that a fit and motivated Osimhen would instantly lift Chelsea into a higher competitive bracket. Defensively, another interesting link is Dayot Upamecano, the Bayern Munich powerhouse who might become available due to Bayern's squad restructuring. Upamecano is fast, physically dominant, and strong in one-on-one scenarios. Adding him to Chelsea's backline would inject aggression and experience. But is this the position Chelsea should be prioritising right now? That's the question. Should the club go all in on attack and midfield first, or continue strengthening every department simultaneously? The direction of the project will determine this. Overall, Chelsea appear to be targeting a mix of superstars, wonder kids, and proven leaders. The ambition is clear. The club wants to build a squad that can compete at the highest level for many years. But the big question remains, is this a smart long-term strategy, or just another cycle of big spending without a clear tactical identity? Fans are hopeful, but also cautious. If Chelsea can balance their scouting, spending and squad development, the future could become incredibly exciting.